Hello and welcome back, everyone. My name is The Failed Author. Here we are playing TDM in World at War. Oh my goodness. Well, we're playing one of my favorite maps here. This is called Nightfire. If you don't recognize it, very important in your Nazi zombie lore. Let's just leave it there. This was, I want to say, one of the only good games that I've been able to get going when I was first starting to find World at War maps. And as you can see, I unlocked the MP40 here, so my level progression's coming right along. It's such a weird experience going back to these with such minimal players. You feel like no matter what lobby you get, you're facing an uphill battle as far as like connection goes, and it poses a challenge to say the least. But it does help now that I've unlocked the MP40, which truly is the god of this game. It is the MP40 and everything else, really. It doesn't even come close. Any negatives this gun actually has, such as its recoil, are so small in comparison to the positives that it does bring. It feels like you are truly wielding death. That is this game, and it's good. Not that I want to be cheap, but dealing with like the situation that you're in is such an old game. I to be quite honest, I don't feel too bad using the exploit sometimes. Though I will say in Modern Warfare 2, I try to stick away from noob tubing just because it just doesn't feel right, you know. It just something about it. Maybe it's just all the memories, the gamer PTSD. You know, gamers are the most depressed people on earth, so it could be that aspect here. But I was getting a little too excited here, chasing down the dogs, and I think I blow it. I'm doing this post recording, of course, so I think I'm gonna try and do some live on the fly. Not that my commentary is very entertaining, but just because you can hear how agitated I get while playing a game that's, oh man, approaching way too old, you know, decades almost. But here we are, still playing it, so that's gotta say something about it, right? I just cannot get over playing World at War again, how well the maps are. They are so fun to play. The buildings, the textures, the sounds. If I could describe this, and let me know if anyone else feels the same, if anyone's watching. The game is crunchy in the best sense, you know. I think crunch might be the best automatopoeia, right? And that's what I'm going to use to describe this game. Just crunchy, right? Everything, the knives, the guns, the textures, got a little crunch going on. And sometimes a little crunch is good. Not like Captain Crunch where it cuts the top of your mouth, but you know, Crunch Berry that doesn't cut the top of your mouth. So I'm still trying to figure out what really is working. When you're level 10, as I am here, your class options are just so limited that you're really kind of struggling with what to use. I mean, obviously the MP40, the weapon's an easy choice, but you can see I've got bazookas on, and you're like, I don't know about that. I do have the sticky grenade. Sticky grenade's cool. Of course, nothing will ever beat the Modern Warfare 2 Simtex, the world's most powerful grenade ever in any video game I've ever played. It's pretty gnarly. Though I do think the frag grenade is pretty powerful in this one. Something about the sticky grenade is so satisfying. That stick animation in every Call of Duty is pretty good. As you can see, the the matches are still, you know, 3v3 generally, sometimes 4v3. I was playing the other day, and I will say we were getting 5 and 6 teams TDM, so full squads, and that is really a fun time because people still quickscope in these games, but it's not as bad as Modern Warfare 2. The slow bolt action reload animation really benefits this game as far as the quickscoping shenaniganry that is like when somebody is a very skilled player. I'm just not a skilled quickscoper. I think I ran it in the last video. I always equated it to long-range shotguns because of just how devastating they can be, and where the shotguns have obvious draws being capacity or range, the snipers, I swear, the most frightening thing is a skilled player in Modern Warfare 2 with extended mags on the intervention. It's just a nightmare, but here we are in World at War, and I'm still complaining about Modern Warfare 2. That's just how it goes sometimes, right? But I love this map. I feel like this was one when the meta was strong that was always in the skip rotation, and I never understood why. And I almost feel like I can't remember why people didn't like this map, and I always liked it because you know, is the factory vibe from Nazi Zombies if it wasn't the exact 1v1 factory, especially, you know, that building that I just walked past and it's to my right now looks just like, you know, the what is it, Der Riese map, and this whole burning, you know, nonsense in the background, of course, adding right to it, hence the name Nightfire, you know, okay, you know, you know, hint hint, but even playing with the small amount of players in the map is actually a big detriment because you find yourself running and running and running, which isn't really what you want to do on such a large map like this, especially with such a big middle ground, which is really where everyone's going to get choked to a point. You're going to find ways to get to that back building that would be in front of me, or to my right, my character's right now. I'm looking at it there. That middle point that has that catwalk that overlooks. People are going to choke there no matter what. It doesn't really matter what part of the game. They're either going to fight towards it or fight to get around it from a different way if people are already in it. As you can see, that MP40 is putting in work. It's so powerful. It doesn't even matter that its fire rate is slow. It's just so devastating because here's the Thompson that has a faster fire rate, and you know, there's just no way that you would say the Thompson's a better submachine gun in this game. It's just not gonna happen. I got an absolute clutch panic knife. You love to see it. One thing that I do absolutely miss, and I don't know because I haven't played a Call of Duty since Black Ops 2 when like the meta was in its infancy, like brand new, is the World at War feature. I don't know if they put it in. I know there was a recent World War II COD, at least it feels like it's recent. I'm so old I don't know anymore. Was putting the bayonets on the rifles was such a fun time. You know, that was the Commando Pro before Commando Pro, right? And I choke it one before dogs. My spidey senses were tingling, but my reaction was whack panic knife. You can't do that. You can't panic knife in this game unless you're right on him. Sometimes you get a pretty decent lunge, but far in between. So I do miss that feature. What? Oh man, there's like guns you like remember using and that you're nostalgic for, and the one that I'm trying to get to is the M1 Garand with the bayonet. That was my favorite back in the day. I wonder if I can even use it, because you can see at times I'm even struggling with the MP40. Now, poor teammate here. You gotta love Juggernaut. I mean, like, honestly, I was such a scrub when I first picked this up. I was using Juggernaut. We've all been there, and there's no shame in that, gosh darn it. So, here we go. But, yeah, the M1 Garand was such a good time. The DP20A, which, if you're a Nazi Zombies fan, you will curse the day that they never put it in the Nazi Zombies. Why? They did not put all of the weapons in every game. I'll never understand. I just think it's such a low-hanging fruit. Just give us all the weapons in the zombie mode. I don't understand why. But it is what it is. You know, what am I going to do? Argue this game came out forever ago. I was like a sophomore in high school. You know what's wild, too? It's how much of a homer and an old man I am. I did not even have internet, like wireless internet, in my household growing up till I was a sophomore in high school. I'm like, geez. Times have changed, okay? I mean, goodness. That would be unheard of now, right? Here we go. Anything else besides the M1 Garand, the DP? I gotta say, FG42 has some really satisfying gibs, and it was a fun one to use, as well as the PTRS, I believe, the sniper, the last sniper you unlock. Now, mind you, I can't get lobbies in this that much, so leveling up is going to be on that hashtag grind time. And I just don't know if I can put it in. I do have a break. I'm in grad school right now. I do have a break in between my terms. I just submitted my final for one course, which is my last final I submitted. Everyone, hashtag Papa Bless. We're done for a little bit, okay? We're trying to roll that 4.0. I've had a 4.0 my entire time in grad school. Let's keep that momentum rolling, you know what I mean? But I'll get a little bit of leisure time, to say the least. My next term actually starts next week. As of the time of this recording, it would be May 8th is my next term start date, which you can hear it in my voice, the excitement, right? So, but it is what it is. I'm gonna definitely play some World at War, some Black Ops 1, and definitely some Modern Warfare 2. I do have a Black Ops video queued up, and that, I have to say, is probably the hardest to get lobbies, which is wild because at times there'll be like 60,000+ players, but it just won't let you, for whatever reason, log in. And I mean, I can only play what I can play, even though it's saying there's people there. I just can't, make it work. But anyways, this game's wrapping up. As you can see, I do okay. I don't do great. I don't do too bad. I biffed it on dogs twice, which you gotta hurts right in the feels. But if you like what you've seen, I am again the failed author. You can call me C, whatever. I am going to post more nostalgia classic Call of Duty videos if you like what you see. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe and check out the random stuff I have on my page. Some of it's terrible.